Hey guys, so for today's video, we are going to be rescaping my 20-gallon fish tank. Alright, so here's the tank as it is right now. I like the scape right now, but I'm just kind of getting bored with it. I'm tired of looking at the same thing over and over again. And it's really cluttered around, kind of like a jungle, and I want to have it be a little less jungle looking. And the main reason that I'm redoing this tank is because of the gravel. So the gravel right here is just kind of pebbles. There's no nutrients in it besides a couple of root tabs and the fish poop and shrimp poop, and it's just not giving the plants enough nutrients for what they need. Like this Amazon sword right here, these plants feed heavily from their roots. That's where they get a majority of their nutrients. It should be looking a lot better than this right now. Like all the leaves have holes in them and they're kind of yellowing, and that's not what it should look like. If it had a good nutrient substrate, then it should be looking a lot better than that. The main challenge of changing this tank up is going to be getting the few cherry shrimp that I have in here. Like here's one right here. It's going to be a pain to catch all these guys, but other than that, I think it's going to be really fun to just change things up, make things look a little nicer and less kind of chaotic in here. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm super excited to rescape this tank finally. I've been wanting to do it for a really long time, and today we're going to do that. So the plan for rescaping this is pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all the rocks and driftwood, the hardscape, and I'm going to take them out and put it in this bucket full of water, so hopefully the beneficial bacteria that live on the driftwood and rocks will survive, and I can reintroduce them back into the newly rescaped tank. I'll also put the sponge filter in with the rocks and driftwood. Then that'll just leave the plants and the gravel, so I'll take a container and fill it up with water and just pull out all the plants and then put them in the container, and they should be fine. This is only going to take maybe an hour or two to do. I'll just leave the gravel behind. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to leave the old gravel in here, and I'm just going to add a layer of Complete to the top of this stuff, and I'm just going to mix it all together. So the substrate will be a mixture of this gravel right here and then Complete, and that should be really good for the plant roots to absorb a lot of nutrients out of the soil. So yeah, let's get started. So I just took out all of the hardscape, all the driftwood and rock, and all we have to do now is just get the plants out and then get the shrimp out. That shouldn't be too much longer. The longest part's gonna be getting the shrimp, like that guy right there. So let's continue. Well, all the plants and hardscapes are officially removed, and now I just have to take out all of the shrimp. I only thought there was around like 5 in here, but there's actually quite a few, like maybe 10, so that's a nice surprise. So I'm going to be moving these guys in the Nano tank on my desk. I did a video about that a couple videos ago, so you should go check it out, link in the description. All of the shrimp are finally out of the tank. It took a lot longer than I expected to catch them all. I am draining all of the water out of this. I just gravel vacked it with the Python water changer. I love this product, it's really good. I scooted all of the substrate to the front so the back is bare. So and that's where I'm going to put the Complete, and then I'm going to put all of this stuff right back over the Complete and kind of mix it around. So a majority of the Complete is going to be in the back where most of the plants will be. So for those of you who haven't used the Complete and don't know what it is, it's just a good volcanic substrate. It's made out of volcanic rock. I got the black color right here. In the bag, it's actually, there's water in the bag, and it comes like that because if you're just starting a tank, the water contains beneficial bacteria, so it'll kind of jumpstart your tank so you don't have to cycle. I don't have to cycle it, so I'm just gonna pour it right in, and it says not to rinse because you don't want to get rid of all the beneficial bacteria. I'm gonna go ahead and just add it in right now. Alright, fast forward like 5 hours later basically, and it's done. It's all planted, it's all bubbly and kind of cloudy right now, but overall I think it looks really nice. I'll show you guys in a few days what it looks like, because because right now it's kind of hard to tell with all the bubbles and the cloudiness in the water, but it took me forever and not planning on rescaping this tank for a really long time. Okay, here is the tank 4 days after I re-aquascaped it. I was pretty lazy and didn't film me putting any of the rock or the driftwood or the gravel. I was kind of tired and it was taking longer than I expected. So what I ended up doing was I just put the old rock right here from the old aquascape and put them on either side of the aquarium along with the old manzanita driftwood. It's kind of arranged in the same way like it was before, but I think it looks really nice. The plants for this tank, there are quite a variety of them. The most abundant of the plants are probably this Rotala back here. It's planted all along the back left side. I'm not sure what type it is. I'm guessing Rotala indica, but I'm not really sure at all. Then we have another type of Rotala right here. Again, not too sure what type it is. It's definitely a Rotala species, but not sure what type. Scattered throughout the tank, we have some dwarf sage right here on the left and right side of the aquarium. I'm hoping to get this stuff to carpet and be spread out all throughout the front of the aquarium. Then we have some Ludwigia repens in the back. There's some right there. There's some behind the rock by the heater and then in the corner. Those are really hopefully going to be really nice. And then we have some Java moss right here. Hopefully it'll perk up soon and start to grow a little more. Then we have 2 crypts in the tank. It's Cryptocorn Wendetti right there and right there. They haven't started to melt yet, but most crypts, when you get them, they're extremely sensitive to water parameters. So when you get them and plant them in your new tank, they will melt back, which means that all the leaves will die and only the root system will be intact. And most people will just think that the plant died and take it out and throw it away. But in fact, it is still alive and the leaves had just died, but the root systems still are growing, and pretty soon you'll have new leaves showing up pretty soon. That hasn't started to happen to me yet, and hopefully it won't. It doesn't happen to every crypt, but most likely it will happen. Then right here we have some S repens. Not too sure that they're gonna do too well in here. They're more of a high-tech plant, but just gonna see if I can grow them. Then we have the old Amazon sword that was in the old scape, and I trimmed off all the dead and rotting leaves so it looks a little bit better. We have moss balls right here. Then we have in the back again, we have this super weird plant that I'm not sure what it is, but it grows really nice. That's the majority of the plants right now. What I ended up doing with the gravel was I added all the Eco-Complete to the back of the aquarium, and then I scooted all the old gravel on top of the new gravel, which was Eco-Complete. You can kind of tell the difference of the Eco-Complete and the old gravel. The old gravel is kind of more black and smooth colored, while the Eco-Complete is kind of grayish and porousy. I did end up putting flourish root tabs every 4 to 6 inches in here, which are these things right here. They just add some extra nutrients in the substrate for the plants. I've used them in the past and I really do like them. I feel like they do make a difference. Anyway, that pretty much sums up the tank. So that's it for today's video. I had a lot of fun making it, and it took way longer than I thought to rescape that tank. I was initially thinking it'd take 1 to 2 hours, but in reality, with filming, it took about 5 hours, which is crazy. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Aquarium. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See you next time.